And today we are joined by Ian McGarrigle, our chairman for the Congress. We really wanted to give you an overview of what happened a few weeks ago at the Congress, looking at the themes. And over to you, Ian, on that. What were your big key takeaways?
Well, that's a big question because 3 days of amazing content, 180 plus speakers, some great sessions and panels, and so it's a huge amount of content there. But for me, it does distill around, I think, our opening theme, which is high velocity retail, and principally around the report that we commissioned from OC&C, and they delivered on the first morning with eShop World and Brand Z. And I think that really did set the tone. It brought to life what we meant by high velocity retail. Because when we announced the theme, retailers then said, well, what does a high velocity retailer look like? What's a winner going to look like? And for me, the take on that report was that I think there's a sense that the future is all about e-commerce and marketplaces and Amazons and Alibabas. And I think what was clear from OC&C's presentation was that there will be more than one winning business model in the future. But all those models, and they identified 4 different approaches, are really different in many ways to the models that have existed for, well, decades now. And that's the world that we're in. It's fast moving, fast changing, and you need to adapt and change. And what unites all of those 4 business models that were unveiled in that presentation was that the consumer, those winning retailers, absolutely put the consumer at the heart of their businesses, which I know retailers always have talked about, but this really is about the consumer being absolutely in control across all the channels, and the ability for them to shop exponentially across thousands of options and opportunities around the world now means that you really, as a retailer, have to put the consumer at the heart of your new value chain and build around that.
No more lip service.
No, that's right. And we were starting to hear, I think for me, again, another takeaway was we were hearing from some great retailers, some big, long-established retailers, which is unexpected, who are moving in that right direction. You know, we heard from Walmart and Kroger and Sephora, of course, where they are great examples of a retailer that is adapting to that new world. I think another take for me, and it was from the conversations we heard, that no retailer is going to achieve this change, this transformation, or whichever model they're going to go on, if the leadership isn't driving that. And leadership is critical to this, and it demands a new kind of leadership that's more open to risk. It takes it drives change, brings the company with it, and still connects with its customers. And those leadership teams have to be a new mix of talents and diversity. We heard that diversity equals growth, whereas in the old days, not so long ago, that growth came from just driving sales. Well, we heard diversity is a critical factor, and that feeds into the leadership makeup that the successful retailers have. So I think there's lots of positivity. Still a big challenge. We heard from the research again that from the research we did with OC&C, that 75% of retailers that were questioned felt that their own business model wasn't fit for purpose going forward.
Which is
a shocking number.
Yeah.
Let's hope everyone seizes the positive take on that, where they need to lead their businesses. And I think from the conversations that I was hearing, that retailers really are looking at what they need to do to drive their businesses forward.
I think there was, like you said, a lot of hope. It was nice to see so much discussion around inclusion and diversity and sustainability. I think there's still a lot of ego in the room with a lot of leaders, and a lot of decisions still be made on price over, you know, people and planet. And that's something that we really need to focus on moving forward. But, you know, lots to take away and lots of people going in the right direction. So
absolutely. Yeah.
Hopefully we pick that up next year. So if you haven't seen any of the presentations, if you weren't able to come to the Congress, we do have a digital pass. So please do go to the website and check that out. And if you want a copy of the High Velocity report as well, it is also on the website. So we will see you soon.